We have made it to day 5 of 5 days of stretch breaks, and today's stretches are all going to be done from a seated position. So if you aren't already, go ahead and grab a chair and have a seat. First thing that we're going to do is just a basic ceiling reach. So while you're sitting in the chair, feet are flat on the floor, I just want you to interlace your fingers and reach those palms up towards the ceiling, lengthening through your torso and arms. Again, reaching the palms towards the ceiling, making yourself as tall as possible, and just hold for another 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Lower those arms down. Next on up, let's take it into just a seated side bend. So reach that left arm up as you lean to the right. Lower that arm down. Raise the right arm up as you lean to the left. And just continue alternating side to side. Keep your hips planted in the chair. So make sure you're not leaning too far over that your hip starts to come up out of the chair. Okay, both hips stay planted and just reach up and over. After this one, let's do one more on each side. So left arm comes up as you lean to the right. Lower that arm down. Right arm comes up as you lean to the left. And lower that arm down. Next on up, a chest stretch. So what I want you to do is take your hands, and if you can, grab onto the back of your chair. And from here, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together, straighten out your arms as you look up towards the ceiling. So you might need to scoot more towards the front of the seat of the chair to give yourself a little bit of space so that you can really straighten those arms out. So again, grab onto the back of the chair if you're able to, straighten out the arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and look up towards the ceiling. You can close your eyes if you would like to. And this is one of our static holds. Let's hold for about 20 more seconds. Breathe through it, relax the muscles, squeeze those shoulder blades together, open up through your chest, hold here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms. Let's come into a seated knee hug. All I want you to do is alternate, hugging one knee in towards your chest, lowering that knee down, and then hugging the opposite knee in. Okay, so hug one knee, release, hug the opposite knee, and release. Continue here. Knee hugs are great for helping to loosen up the low back, and they're also great for hip mobility. And they're a great one to do while you're seated. You don't have to get up and stretch. Whether you just want to have more of a gentle stretch and you want to stay seated, or maybe you're in a meeting and you want to do a few stretches but you can't actually stand up to do so, a few of these might be a good option for you. Let's do one more on each side. Hug that left knee in, lower it down, hug that right knee in, and lower it down. Let's come into a glute stretch. I want you to take your left ankle and cross it over your right knee. So you form a figure 4 with your legs here. Some of you might already feel the stretch right here. And if that's the case, hold here, okay? But if you don't feel the stretch yet, with a nice flat back, I want you to hinge forward over your legs until you feel that stretch in the left glute and left hip. Once you feel it, hold. Okay, one of our static stretches, holding for 30 seconds. Breathe through it. Remember, you take this to your own level. So if you're simply just crossed here and not leaning forward, that's fine. But if and when you're ready, with that nice flat back, you can hinge forward. This is very similar to pigeon pose in yoga. Pigeon, you're normally, or you are, not normally, you're down on the ground. But this is an office-friendly version. Let's just go for 3, 2, 1. If you've leaned forward, go ahead, sit straight back up. Uncross your legs. Same thing, other side. So cross that right ankle over your left knee here. Form that figure 4. If you already feel it, simply hold here. If not, hinge forward from the hips. And once you feel that stretch, outer hip and glute of that right leg, hold. 30 seconds on this side. Make sure even on both sides. And you might notice that you do feel the stretch on one side more compared to the other. That is perfectly normal. We all tend to be tighter on one side compared to the other. Most of the time, it tends to be a more dominant side. Not always, but most of the time. Let's go for about 10 more seconds on this side. 3, 2, and 1. Sit on up, uncross the legs. We're going to come into a seated spinal twist. Both feet are planted flat on the ground, about hip width apart. You're going to twist your upper body to the left, grab onto either the seat of the chair or the arm of the chair, and use your hands as leverage to twist your upper body just a little bit more to that side. Make sure you have a nice tall spine, so we don't want to be rounding through the upper back. Nice, proud, tall spine here, and we'll hold here 30 seconds. So chest is lifted. Use those hands to pull yourself nice and gently, just so you feel the stretch. No need to force it. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. A few more seconds on this side. Nice and slowly untwist. Same thing, other side. So feet are planted on the ground, hip width apart. Twist to the opposite side. Grab onto either the seat of the chair or the arm. I don't have an arm on my chair, so I'm grabbing onto the seat. You can also push on the side of your thigh as well if that works better for you. But 30 seconds on this side. Remember to keep that spine nice and straight, no rounding, nice straight, proud, tall chest. Keep holding. If you need to, use your hands to twist a little bit further. That's mainly if you stop feeling the stretch, use those hands to twist further. If you're still feeling it, just simply hold there. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice and slowly, untwist, back to center. And last one up, we're just going to do a forward fold with a nice slow roll up. So I want you to separate your feet a little bit further apart, maybe about the width of your chair or maybe even a little bit wider. And from here, I just want you to fold forward, reaching your hands down towards the floor, letting your head hang heavy. And then from here, nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, I want you to inhale, rounding your way back up to center. Once you're back up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Okay? So hinge forward, reach your arms down towards the floor. Let your head go heavy. Dangle here for just a second. And then nice and slowly inhale, rounding your way back up through center. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And last time. Reach down towards the floor. Let that upper body and head hang heavy. And then nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, round your way up. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And let's wrap on up with a big inhale and exhale. So inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale them down towards the floor. And there you go. That wrapped up 5 days of stretch breaks. Awesome work. Please come back to these videos anytime you need a movement or stretch breaks. With these 5 days, it's perfect for Monday through Friday, but this channel also has tons of other videos on it, so click on any of them. Like I said, anytime you need a quick movement and stretch break. Thank you so much for joining. I look forward to moving and stretching with you again.